do you want me to do the alarm? What do you mean? So we're having like this back and forth confrontation, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to argue with you. I'm so tired. I just want to. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, Emily. I'm a Nigerian content creator living in Canada. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an old subscriber, thank you for your love and support. So guys, I'm in my new apartment. We just moved in about 3 days ago, so we're just trying to put everything in order. We've not even gotten a sofa yet. But we've gotten like sides to a center table, a bed, and things like that. A bed for my son. It's actually a 2-bedroom apartment with like a sitting room, a kitchen, and a bathroom, and that's about it. So today, guys, I'm just gonna be giving you guys a story time about renting an apartment here and my own mistakes and what I wish I had done better. So I think I told you guys about trying to get an apartment and how difficult it has been for me and my family to get an apartment here because there's a wait list for everything, the hospital, the schools, apartment, the rental list, and all of that. So I got introduced to a guy, like not I directly, like my husband got introduced to a guy that was renting his place, and he's amazing. I would say he was amazing until the point we left. So he was very, very amazing. He's a very nice guy, and since the person that introduced us to him was somebody we trusted, we were like, okay, it's all good, we'll just move in. And I remember asking my husband, did you take like an apartment, like lease contract or something? And my husband is like, I'm gonna do it later. These people are just nice people and all of that. Because we are just people that we don't look for trouble. We're just gonna mind our business and just try to make things work out in relationship. That's the orientation my husband and I have. So my husband's like, the lease agreement doesn't really matter. Let's just live in peace and harmony, and if we're about to leave, we'll let them know we're about to leave, and we'll get the damage deposit. They would see we never damage people's houses, we never do it. So they'll just check, and if we damage something, we'll pay for it. We're not someone to argue and say, I meant it like this. Well, very truthful people. If something is damaged, we damage it, we'll pay for it. So basically that was the plan, and we're all living together. Everything was going well. We didn't bother for the lease agreement. He asked us for PCC, that's a police report stating that we're not criminals, where we're moving from, and this is not mandatory for landlords to ask, but I understand him because he had kids. He needed to know that the people he was bringing around his children are safe and all of that. So we got that from the police station. I think it cost $60 each for I and Victor. That's about $120, and we did all that, and we're living together. And after a while, I felt like we still needed our own place, so we were still looking. So I told you guys I went to the local government here and explained to them that we needed an apartment and we haven't seen. So they gave me a case officer that would attend to my application. So she made a few calls and helped me get this place. So my husband told him, that's the owner of the house, that we'll be moving out, and we got a place, and the new owners of the place we're moving to needs a document so you can sign it to show that we're living here. This is the amount we paid for to you as rent and bills and all of that, and the deposit fee. So he signed, and that's about it. We gave it to the new landlord, signed a new lease agreement with them, and we're planning to move in the first week of July. So one fateful day, the man's mom came to the house, and she was about everything, because initially when I want to cook, she'll be like, she's in the kitchen, I have to give her some time. And for me, I respect that. If you don't want somebody in your space, it's okay, I'll give you 20 minutes, 30 minutes. When you're done, let me know. But the only problem is that I have to breastfeed my son, and I'm trying not to breastfeed him anymore. So this is the only problem, for me waiting for you to finish cooking. But it's not really a problem because any which ways he will still stop breastfeeding. I'm just like that. I don't want troubles. So I remember I just came back from work, and I was very exhausted, and she knocked in my room and said, "Oh, there's some cartons and some shopping bags." I was like, "No, they are not mine. They're for your son or your grandchildren or something." She murmured and picked it up, and she went to our own washroom, and then she said, "There are diapers in your trash basket," and the reason why I couldn't throw those diapers was because the trash bin outside was already full, so there was no place to trash it, and the trash van came and didn't pick up the trash because the owner of the house didn't leave it outside, so he didn't pick it up. So we couldn't empty our trash from inside outside. If not, it would just be everywhere. So she was like, "Oh, your washroom is so stinky," and then she banged the door. But I'm like, everybody can have a bad day, so I'm not all about trying to say, "Why did you bang the door? Why didn't you bang the door?" and all of that. I'm like, for me, I'm just tired. I want to sleep. So if you're doing anything, I don't care. So she called me again and said, there are wardrobes here where you could keep your stuff. And she opened our wardrobes where my husband keeps his stuff. So I'm like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, the clothes in the bag are my husband's dirty clothes. You don't have to touch them. He does his laundry by himself." And she was like, "Okay, not a problem." And then she banged the closet. For me, I'm just looking because I'm tired. I just came back from a 12-hour shift. I want to sleep. And then I decided, since she's around and it seems like she's not really in a good mood, like all the time, I'm just going to go out with my baby and I'll be back in maybe an hour. She was like, "I'm leaving in the next hour. I just want to clean for my grandchildren and do their laundry and all of that." I'm like, "Okay, not a problem." So I went out with my son. I spent about 1 hour 30 minutes, hopefully that she'll be gone by the time I came back. I came back and she was still at home, and I just decided to go into my room and shut the door. When she was done, she knocked again and said to me that, "Oh, I'm mopping the floors in the sitting room. Please don't come out, blah, blah, blah. When I'm done, when it's dry, you can come out." For me, I was like, "No problem. I'm not coming out. I want to sleep." And she said, "Okay." And then she knocked again and said, "Oh, I'm leaving. I'm done and I'm leaving." I said, "Okay." And around that time, it was already past 12, and Victor is going to come in the next 3 hours from work. I'm like, "Oh, I didn't cook for Victor." So I decided that, okay, since she's going, I'm just going to go out and cook for my husband. So she left. I waited about 20 minutes to make sure she was actually gone, and I came outside. She's talking and saying, "This place is actually clean now. I don't see you doing house chores here." I said, "Oh, thank you, it's clean." And then she was busy going about saying that, "Oh, my family and I have been very generous to you guys," and just talking and talking. And I said to her that, "You know what, we're leaving." So this was what triggered her, because I told her that she should not worry that we're moving out of the house next week, because I'm trying not to argue with you. I'm just like, "You know what, we're moving out of the house next week." And she's like, "Okay." She tells her son that we're moving out, and the son is like, he doesn't know we're moving out. And I'm like, "You signed the documents for a new landlord, so you know we're moving out." And he's like, he signed the documents, but he didn't know we're moving out. And that's when the mother comes and says, "They've been very generous to us, and if we're moving out, the least we can do is let them know we're moving out." And I'm like, "No." My husband says I'm not around some hours of the day. And my husband says he told your son we're moving out. And she's like, "No, you didn't tell my son." I'm like, "You don't even live here. Don't judge. Like, don't jump into conclusion. He said he told your son you're moving out, and that's not a problem. If it's about the security deposit, I already had a conversation with your son, and the security deposit we would leave, you understand, so we don't have problems. I know it's money, but let's just let it go, you get." My husband is like, "Let's leave the security deposit for them." And the son was all cool about it, and he says, if I'm not able to get somebody to rent my place, I wouldn't be giving you guys the security deposit, and we're like, it's fine. But for his mother to just come at me and say, we're being generous to you, like, I'm like, you're not generous to us. We pay our bills here, we pay for the rent. So it seems like you don't like me because you banged my washroom door saying it's stinky because it has baby diapers there. You're not allowing me to cook when I want to cook for my baby. You're knocking my room every 2 minutes. Who kept this here? Who kept that here? And I'm like, it's all the stuffs are not for me. And she's like, you have to do the house chores. And I'm like, no, I don't have to do the house chores. I don't have to clean after the children. They are 12 and I think 10 years old. So you mean when they eat, I have to wash the plates? When they argue with you, I'm so tired, I just want to cook and go to bed. And she's like, have a good life. I'm like, you know what, have a good day. Because I don't understand. You want me to wash their dishes? It's not a problem for me to wash their dishes, but it's just the way you say it. You can say, hi Stephanie, please, their mother is not here anymore, she doesn't live here anymore, can you do the dishes for the children? That's not a problem, because I do the dishes. When I'm using the dishwasher, I take everybody's dishes from wherever they kept it on the table, like everywhere is just a total mess, so I have to just pick up their dishes and just wash it. So it is not an obligation. It is me doing it if I want to, but I'm just doing it because that's the way I'm raised. If I'm doing the dishes, I'm doing my parents, my brothers, everybody's dishes. It doesn't mean anything. But for you to imply that I have to do it, pick up after them, if they keep things in a mess, I have to pick up after them after coming back from a 12-hour shift, I don't have to. This is what I was just trying to let her know. And she banged the door and she went out. And then I saw her, like, my son was sleeping, so I just decided to go check my son in the room. And I saw her from the other window peeping into my room. And I was like, this is where I draw the line. So her son comes back and I explained the whole situation to him. And he apologizes and says he's sorry and everything, that he spoke to my husband, that if we could get somebody to rent the apartment, the room in the house, then it would be better, and he would return our security deposits for us, because here you pay the rent and you pay the security deposit just in case you damage anything. So long story short, because there's a housing crisis here, I speak to some of my colleagues and a couple of people are interested in renting this place. So I told my husband, and my husband goes to him and say, we found somebody to rent your room in the house and everything. And he goes saying that he wants to rent the room, but only for 1 month. But it's impossible for you to get somebody to rent your place for 1 month. So after 1 month, you want them to leave. And so because of what he said, my husband is like, you just don't want to return the security deposit, because you know that it's very possible for you to get somebody to rent your place, but you're saying 1 month because you know nobody will want to rent it for 1 month. So you don't want to return our money to us. And they have this argument and all of that. And my husband was like, we're leaving on Saturday. And he says, no, I heard you're leaving on Friday, so you have up until Friday to leave my house. But my rental lease here starts on a Saturday, so I have to spend one night in an hotel or something. So my husband is like, no, I can't leave on Saturday. I can't leave on Friday. I have to leave on Saturday. So it was just this back and forth, and I came out and I'm like, you guys should stop arguing. We'll leave on Friday. If it's Friday you want us to leave your house, we'll leave on Friday. So that being said, his mother came the following day to spend the night in the house. She was just doing, sometimes she wanted to cook. She will be in the kitchen from 8 o'clock in the morning till 12 p.m. because she knows I'm going to make breakfast for my son. And I'm waiting for her to be done with the kitchen because I know she doesn't want to have anybody cooking with her. And I go and say, please, I want to cook for my son. And she's like, she's preparing lunch for her grandchildren. And I'm like, it's just making scrambled eggs for my son for breakfast. It's past 11. We've been waiting for you guys to be done cooking. Can I just fry the eggs? And she's like, I don't care. He's not my child. And I'm like, okay, he's not your child, so I'm cooking. So that's about it. And then they changed the keys to the house on a Thursday, and we're supposed to move out on a Friday or Saturday. They changed the key to the house and said the doors they will leave open. And after that, when it's 10 o'clock, if I'm not back from work, I should just ring the doorbell. Somebody will come open the door for me. And my husband is like, no, we can't do this anymore. Call the people that rented this new apartment to you, tell them we're moving in on a Thursday. So I call them and explain the whole situation to them, and they're like, okay, come pick up the keys on that Thursday afternoon, and then you can move in. And so this is how we ended up moving in on a Thursday. So a quick advice: if you're renting somewhere in Canada or in anywhere in the world, try to get a lease contract. Try to put things in place the first time, because I'm all about, if I respect you, I need you to respect me back. But some people don't know the limits. So write down everything you guys both agree on a lease contract. Both of you should sign it, and try to keep friendship aside. If you're renting somewhere from someone that you know that is your friend or is related to somebody that knows somebody, just try to keep things straight. Don't put it on friendship level or anything, because even the guy that introduced us to him, he was like, because the guy spoke to him and said, what you're doing to these people is really wrong. They just moved to Canada, and how you guys are treating them is wrong. So they had a misunderstanding, and he blocked the guy on social media. And he's like telling my husband, I don't want to ever see that guy in my house. But this guy has been your friend for years, because he told you what you're doing is wrong, you blocked him. So I'm like, this is not just about Canada. You can find this certain kind of people in Nigeria, in Germany, in Togo, in Cameroon, in anywhere. So you just have to just be careful. Make sure you get a lease contract from your landlord. And there's a government agency called Iraq. So if you're having like a dispute with your landlord concerning any rental agreement, you can go to Iraq and report. A lot of people have said to me that, why don't you go to Iraq and report so you can get your deposit money back? I'm all about, no, I don't want that kind of trouble for my life. I just moved here about 2 months ago. I don't have the strength to go through the stress of going from one agency to another, filling an application and all of that. I'm like, I just wish them all the best, I just want to let all those things that happen behind me and just move on. So guys, this is where I'll say this is the end of the video, and please give this video a huge thumbs up. I'll give you guys a house, an apartment tour, but right now my baby's sleeping, so I don't want him to wake up. I'll do it in the next video. I'll show you guys what this apartment is about, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.